Welcome back, everyone. Banks and household goods makers helped boost stocks on Wall Street today, but healthcare companies were heard on the news that the White House supports waiving intellectual property rights for the COVID-19 vaccines. And the market gains came after a better than expected report on unemployment claims. We'll detail that in a moment. At the close, the Dow gained more than 300 points to set a new record of more than 34,500. The S&P 500 added 34 points. The Nasdaq inched up less than 1% to close at over 13,600. And more positive news when it comes to jobs. Reports show that first-time claims for unemployment benefits fell sharply last week to 498,000, and that is the lowest since the start of the pandemic. We'll get a more in-depth look at the country's unemployment picture when the Labor Department releases its April jobs report. That's coming out tomorrow. And the Paycheck Protection Program is out of money. The U.S. Small Business Administration will no longer accept new applications from most lenders. Going forward, the program will only accept new applications from community financial institutions, which typically serve minority borrowers. And American Express is creating a $40 million fund to provide loans to small businesses. Black-owned businesses will be a focus of the program. The average loan is expected to be about $28,000. And to qualify, applicants must be in business for 12 months and have proof of $50,000 in revenue per year and own at least 20% of the company. And here is your reminder, Mother's Day is this Sunday, and if you're planning to buy flowers, you might be paying a lot more. The ripple effects of the pandemic have resulted in a flower shortage, but the CEO of 1-800-Flowers says he expects local florists to be able to meet this year's demand. And Mother's Day ranks third when it comes to sending holiday cards. Only Christmas and Valentine's Day are higher. This year, Hallmark Cards' Mahogany brand has a new vice president. Alexis Kerr is expanding how consumers see the brand. Alexis joins us now. Welcome and congratulations on your new role.
Thank you so much. It's super exciting to be leading the helm at Hallmark Mahogany. We're moving from just a card brand into an amazing lifestyle brand. So I'm very excited about everything that we've done leading into Mother's Day and partnerships that we have there. But also, I just got back from Kansas City in reference to shooting our Father's Day campaign. So it's an exciting time to be at Hallmark Mahogany.
Well, lots going on, and we're excited to celebrate Mother's Day, and of course all of those people out there who take on the role of mothers this weekend. We know that at Hallmark Mahogany you have a new campaign that you created for Mother's Day this year. Can you tell us about it?
Well, it's called Share Love Mahogany, and it's really about how has your mother uplifted and empowered you to be the person that you are today. And so we've got a wonderful collection of cards for that mother, but not only that mother, but that mother figure, godmother, stepmother, that woman who's come in your life and who's helped you to be the person that you are today. So it's really exciting to be able to share from our Black History Month products that we have, uplifted and empowered. We're really moving into this wonderful and exciting weekend. As you talked about, there's flowers, but there's a card that really has an authentic representation of love and just that bold expression. That's what our new Mahogany line of cards is about for Mother's Day.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Are we celebrating our Black mothers enough? I mean, you know, even sending cards these days, I don't know if people get a chance to do that so often. What can you tell us about the role that gift cards can play in celebrating somebody as important as a mom?
Well, cards definitely play an amazing role. Sometimes we hear conversations that people don't want to send cards as much as they used to, but really Mother's Day is that moment where you can grab a card. They're available not just at our .com, but also at our over 2,000 Hallmark Gold Crown stores. And yes, it's a holiday that you want to add a card that resonates with her to whatever other gift you're complimenting. And also you mentioned card holders for money. Those have continued to be ever so popular as we've moved through the pandemic.
Alexis, I want to talk about your new role. You previously worked for Cadillac. You've been a high-profile Black female executive extraordinaire. Tell us about your story and what it's been like helping iconic brands grow a multicultural audience.
Well, see, I've started really with a strong foundation. I think that came from automotive, but I've had the opportunity to again work with iconic brands that are over 100 years old. A couple of the things that I have found to be fundamentally necessary for my success. One is having mentors. And so I've had mentors within the organization and also out. Two, I've also found that you've got to strategically network and have your story be told in only a way that you're able to tell it. And three, I have committed myself to a lot of hard work. And so hard work in reference to honing my craft and making sure I'm seen as the subject matter expert within the organization, but also in the broader community. So those have just been a couple of my keys to success.
And you are working with Hallmark now, the Mahogany brand, and they've had that for some time where they feature cards, dedicated to the Black community and people of color. But are brands really getting it now? Talk about the importance of Black buying power and how much money the Black and brown community puts into the economy, and the fact that these businesses really haven't, over the years, catered to our community as well as they could.
Well, I've come into this position of an iconic brand with over a 30-year strategic history in the Black community, and they've spent an additional incremental amount of money over the last year to year and a half to make sure that we're engaging in a very authentic way. And so we are just beginning this revitalization around the brand. Also, I think there are a number of companies that continue to lean in ways in which that makes sense for their brand in reference to how they want to engage companies. There's always been a lot of conversation around Black and brown communities, but I think we're starting to see over the last year to year and a half, companies are stepping up and actually taking action. And so from my perspective, I'm super excited to be part of the Hallmark Mahogany team. I have seen many of the changes that have needed to happen over the last year to 2 years. And it's exciting, really, honestly, to be part of leading the charge in reference to how we're going to move from, card brand into a much more bigger lifestyle brand.
And you must be excited about celebrating Mother's Day this weekend with the Mahogany card brand.
It is. The collection is authentic. It really represents us. We've got a wide variety of cards for that sister, that aunt, that mother, again, mother figure, cards for daughters, and also cards that young children can give their parents. And so this is a huge weekend for us. A number of our outlets continue to be stocked up, as well as our .com. And it's great that we have the wonderful opportunity to continue to leverage our brand in such a way that's really warm and really caring in the hearts and minds of people across the U.S.
Is it just, though, the Black community that buys those Mahogany cards, or do you cater to the wider community?
Yeah, we have cards for everyone. Honestly, the voice that we have resonates to over 45% of our audience are not Black and brown people. So I think that's exciting. It really is the voice, the lettering, and again, the essence that people are feeling when they read the cards. That's what's really making a broader audience continue to buy our products.
And where do you get the inspiration for the cards? Do you have Black designers and Black writers and the team behind these beautiful cards?
You've shown a couple of the people. We have Melvina Young. She's a master writer. We have Teju, who's an amazing illustrator. We have a number of an entire team that's dedicated. Some people are people of color, and then we have some non. So you're hearing the voices, especially as we think about our Uplifted and Empowered collection. You're hearing from the people in the community, and so they're speaking in the tone and the dialect that continues to resonate. If we think about that collection we had in February, a million card giveaway, but then we also had a phenomenal month in reference to sales in some of our regional and national outlets. And so the team continues to grow. I am expanding in a much bigger way. We're leveraging African American organizations so we can find talent. And so it's really a 360 approach as we look at how the brand is growing internally and externally.
Well, that is wonderful, Alexis. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We're all excited to celebrate Black moms and those, again, who are in the role of a mom. And we appreciate you joining us here on BNC Live.
Thank you so much for having me.